Hi there. I'm just doing something quickly. Uh, I just did something now. I asked a question, and it said I asked about the because the figures for in the National Bureau of Statistics, the figure for January, February, and March of 2023 has not arrived. So I just sent an email because I said, the figures for January, February, March 2023. We need the monthly allocation figures for January, February, and March. It is not posted on MBS. The figures for January, February, and March 2023. Thanks. So they wrote back and said, wait for it on the web. Um, so let me write back. I wanted to just, I'm doing this on a live broadcast so you can see it. When is that going to be? Sorry about that. Yeah. So they're writing back to me. So I'm just showing you live now. I'm just showing you they're writing back. They're writing something back. And I wanted you to see it live. This is what you need to be doing. Every community, you can find out this for your local government because you need to know. January, February, and March 2023 has not been released. And we're just curious to find out what's going on. So he's writing something back. A guy is called Moses Matthew, or whatever the name is, if that's the name that they're using. And they look like they're front facing. I will take their word for it. Let's see what he's gonna write. When will those figures be read? Wait for it on the web. So I'm trying to. I've written, but I want to see what he's gonna write. So it looks like he's writing something. So we're trying to work out exactly what it is that he's doing. But these are the kind of things that I would like us as members of the community. You need to start questioning things. You can't take the word of the government for it. You cannot trust their word. Any politician, no date for that except those dates on the data calendar, even if reports are due. Bear with us. Can you see that now? Okay. So it says no date for that except those dates on the data calendar, even if reports are due. Bear with us. So you can see now, okay, no date. So that's 3 months away. Now, if you do not start questioning things, this is why I'm doing this here. If we do not start questioning things, let me bring this down here a little bit so you can see me better. If you don't start questioning things, I'm doing this because I wanted you to really get a picture, an idea of what we need to do. We really need to do this. Let me see. Can I do that? No. Okay, I'm going to leave it because it's going to make it big. I don't want to do that, but I wanted you to see. So let me write back to him. I'm going to write back. So it says, okay, okay, understood. It's just that before sworn in on May 29th. So you see that I'm trying to do something May 29th, 2023. The people do thanks. Thanks again. Thanks. So what we're doing, we need to get. So let me just put that down. Thanks. I meant to put thanks. It came out wrong. Thanks. So what we are doing is to. It's just that we would like to see those figures before the new administration is sworn in on May 29th, 2023. Thanks. So I am what we need to be doing this. I want to take this opportunity. I mean, I wasn't planning to do this, but I went to look at it. I've been looking for those figures for the last 3 months because now we are now in May. We are in May 2023, and those figures, the last one of them was released, was paid. Uh, 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 um, you know, I think it was paid March. The March one was paid recently, and about a month ago. I think so, if I'm correct. But the figures for January and February have not showed up. So these, unless we start doing this, we will not find the figures community by community, and we need that information. So I cannot overemphasize enough the need for us to start using this system collectively. I'm not, like I said, I'm not able to come out on a live broadcast because my pain is a lot. It's heavy at the minute, very heavy. So, so I do the little that I can. But one thing I do want to assure each and every one of us that we have a role to play in this. You watching me, when something is bad in your community, if the road is bad in your community, don't leave it and go, oh, they are not fixing it. You take a picture. You go with your community, with the community, go to your local government association, local community association, talk about it there. Encourage all of you to now have a committee set up. That committee, along with other local community associations, come together and you go to your local government and say, look, the road in our area is bad. You have to participate. The hours that you spend in the church and the mosque is not going to give you the roads. But if you communicate, if you participate collectively and go to your community, and you have the powers, as stated under Section 14.2c, participation of the people in the governance shall be in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution. 14.2c of the Nigerian Constitution. You have the right to participate because what? Sovereignty, 14.2a says, sovereignty belongs to the people from whom the government, through this constitution, derives all its powers and authority. 14.2a. These are things that we need to know off head. And, like you see, they have not answered me back now. Moses Matthews, his name, he's not answered me back. I did this on a live, I wanted to record this on a recording, but it was live at the time I did that. I've not heard back from them. You can see, and I'm trying to see how long this will take. But I want us to begin to take advantage of these things. 3 months now. And we need to know this figure before the new administration starts. We need to know those figures. But you can see it says here, no data for that except dates on the data calendar, even if reports are due. Bear with us. So you see, they are trying to make excuses. But you need to know these figures on a month-by-month basis. We have the figures for the first 10 months of the 9 months of the year, of the financial year, March to December. You need the following January, February, March financial calendar year to be able to know exactly how much each of the local government has really received. And you can now base that and say, this is how much you received and that you were supposed to receive. Why hasn't that fund come in? Unless you participate in your governance, things will not improve. You see, they're not going to answer us again. I'm waiting for him. I'm trying to see if they answer us. But you're watching this live. So the National Bureau of Statistics is where I asked the question. They're presenting a face that, yes, they're answering your question. No, that's fine. They're answering the question. But they're not giving us the answer that we require. The answer we require is for those federation allocation, monthly federation allocation for January, February, and March 2023 to have already been released. The new administration is going to come in May 29th, less than 2 weeks. We ought to already have had all this information because we are 2 months out of the old financial year. Remember, it finishes in March, so it's May, June. Yeah? I mean, April, May. So that's 2 months now. So this is what I would really encourage us all to do. We need to participate in that process. To be honest with you, I don't think you should even bother who is doing anything in the Senate, in the state government, in the House of Assembly. You shouldn't even bother what they're doing. What are you doing to hold them to account? What are you doing to hold your local government to account? That's the topic that I'm going to put on here for you. When you see it, share it. What are you personally and collectively as a community doing to begin to hold your local government to account? Because that's where we start. Because if we wait for these people, you've seen 20 years of governance, 23 years of governance, they're not going to do it. Because they know that whatever they tell you, you accept. But when we begin to hold them to account and begin to say, no, we're not accepting this, they're not answering anymore. Let me just put in there, hi, are you there? So let me just see, hi, are you there? There, Matthew, Moses, sorry. So I'm just trying to see. Hi, are you there, Moses? So I'm trying to prompt. See, we need to get comfortable with asking questions because they are working for you. Sovereignty belongs to you. This is the National Bureau of Statistics. They should provide that information. Bear with us. So it's like it's telling me, no, that's it. Accept those dates on the data calendar, even if reports are due. Bear with us. But you need to have this information so that you know how you can go and begin to question your local government officials, your House of Senate, your House of Rep, your State House of Assembly members, your governors. You need this information. You need it. I'll give you a good example of what I'm saying. So it's not, I don't think, are you there, Moses? Hi, are you there, Moses? I'm just asking a question. And this is what we need to do. If 200 million of us start asking the same question, they will start realizing, whoa, something is wrong. But if only just one person asks a question, they'll just think it doesn't mean it. But if 200 of us start demanding this information, and they're not only demanding it, using it. Let me give you an example. Ali Mosho, I've showed before. I'm going to try and show you that whilst I'm waiting for this. I'm going to show you Ali Mosho quickly. So this is Ali Mosho figures. I want you to just see that. I've done it before, but I want to just show you. That's Ali Mosho figures. You can see right there. And I told you it's from March to December. We haven't got the figures for January to March 2023. And that is why it's very important to ask these questions. Because every community needs to participate in this process. Listening to what they're saying, they're having a discussion, they're thinking about it. They're not planning your future. If you do not involve yourself in your governance on a daily basis in your community, you will not get that infrastructure that you need. I'm just here to tell you, the evidence has been for the last 23 years. Our lack of participation in our own governance has meant that the things that we need for our community never materializes because we've left it to somebody else to deal with. Our job does not end when we vote at elections. Our job is 365 days a year. Where's the money for our roads in my community? We need to be doing that because when those roads are working for you, your life gets better. When there's hospital, your life gets better. When there's school, your life gets better. When there's water. These are the questions we're asking. So let me move that out. Let me see. He's not answered us. So you can see that Moses Matthew, the person who's manning the National Bureau of Statistics, hasn't answered us. And we're just asking questions like this. He's not answering because now he's not into it. And that tells you something. The more of us, I'd like us all to go and do this. Honestly, if you're watching this, go onto the site. You see, you can see it on the link. Let me see if I can. I'll make it smaller. I want you to just see this quickly yourself. So just go to that site there. nigerianstat.gov.ng e-library queries. You can copy that and I'll put the link up again. You can do that. You can go and then do exactly what I've done. And then you come into the question side here and you go onto the top here. Let me just show you again. Sorry about that. 1 second. So I'm just going to try and make it smaller. So you can copy. You just simply copy this, or what you do is not answered us yet so far. So I'm just trying to show you what you can do. You have the power to make this change, honestly speaking. And I want you to really begin to exercise those powers. So you can type in here, type in FAAC, and it will take you to the link of what I just found out, where what you've seen on the screen there. It can take you there. We need to participate in our governance. So what are you doing to hold your government to account? What are you doing? Yes, we know they're failing us, but what are you doing collectively as a community? What are you doing collectively as a community? If you're not doing anything collectively as a community, then you can't complain. Because these guys will carry on, they will do whatever they want to do because you are not participating. Your role as communities is so important. When you hold them to account, they have no choice but to bend to your will. I'm going to stop there for now. He's not going to reply, obviously. But the figures that we have, we have not seen the figures for January to March 2023. I asked the question, as you can see. Let me put it here. Let me show you. I said here, we need the monthly allocation figures for January, February, and March. It is not posted on MBS. The figures for January, February, and March 2023. Thanks. Wait for it on the web, it says. Then it says, no date for that except those dates on data calendar. Even if reports are due, bear with us. Meanwhile, if you don't get that report, you are now going to move on to the next new dispensation. You haven't got the figures for the financial year. You need this information to be able to, on a monthly basis, go to your local government and question them. Your local government, your state of assembly, your governor, your senator, your house of rep, your local government chairman. You need this information. Okay? So, and then it says, so I said, okay, understood. It's just that we would like to see those figures before the new administration is sworn in on May 29, 2023. Thanks. And now, I said, hi, are you there, Moses? He's not answered because he said, just bear with us. He's not prepared to answer us. But I want you to know that sovereignty, what I'm doing here is showing you how you can exercise your sovereignty. How to exercise your sovereignty. When you start questioning and holding the government, the government to account, they have no choice but to bend to your will. But it has to be done collectively. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you found this useful. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I don't like to come here and just lament. It's no fun lamenting about those who we elect into office. When we, the people, we are not collectively coming together, community by community, to play our part, which is to question them. I'll show you again. I read it up before. I'm going to just show you quickly. He's not answering me. Okay. Let me just quickly show you why I'm saying this. I'm just quickly going to go to citizenay.org and I'll show you the Constitution. Yeah. So section 1423. You need to exercise that power. And I'm not prepared to, we cannot complain about those who are in power when we do not use the powers that we possess. Now, granted, many of us don't know. That's why we're showing you. That's why we're showing you. So let me do this. 14.2a and 14.2c. You'll see it coming up on the screen. I've posted it before, but I'm just trying to show you where it is. So you can go and track it yourself. So it says here, you see, 14.2a. Sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria, from whom the government, through this constitution, derives all its powers and authority. Very much like I said before. And then 14.2c. The participation by the people in their government shall be ensured in accordance with the provisions of this constitution. See, those two, they are real powers that you need to use. In 23 years, we haven't used those powers because we didn't know it. Now we are making it known. Let's begin to use it. So that takes me back to the original question. You can see here, see, I asked the question. We need to start perusing this system. We need to take control of it because they are working on our behalf. Sovereignty belongs to you within your community. You need to exercise that collectively. What steps are you doing community by community to hold your governors to account? What steps are you taking collectively, community by community, to hold your governors to account? Ask yourself that question. Follow this. Follow what has been done in this broadcast. It's all well and good listening to news and all of that. But unless we participate, community by community, this is not going to change. Even if we were to get Yoruba Nation. I am convinced of that. This is where we must start. And when we start here, then if the things don't improve, it gives us more justification to go for Yoruba Nation. We cannot put the cart before the horse. The horse has to be before the cart. We need to participate in our governance. And it starts here. I hope you found this beneficial. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I'll be back later on. And when you get the broadcast, please do share. I've asked a question. I might have to leave this and come back and do it in Yoruba as well, because I want people to really understand what's going on here. You must participate in your governance. If you don't, the roads will not get built, the water, the light, the schools, the bridges, because they will make empty promises because they know that you're not checking up on them. That's why they're going in. They're going in because they know that nobody's questioning them. They've designed it that way, but we are breaking that down. The question is, are you willing to join hands, community by community, to begin to hold them to account? That's the question. Yes? So you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I'll back later on. When you get the broadcast, I would like you to please share, share, and share. This is very, very important information. The figures for, just to recap, the figures, I've asked for the figures for January, February, March 2023. The allocation, month allocation. And they come back and saying no data for that except those dates on data calendar, even if reports are due. So they know the reports are due, but why are they not putting it up? Can you see the game they're playing? They're making you think about, oh, who's in the, parliament. This is what is more important for you. You need to know the figures so you can ask the question, so you know the questions to ask. What steps are you taking, community by community, to hold your governors, to your elected politicians to account? What steps? Please start participating. We are giving you as much information. We're not here to tell you this one said that one. That doesn't solve anything. It's a distraction. These figures should already be available for you right now. 2 months since the last report for the financial year 2022-23. 2 months, and the figures are not out. You should be questioning that. Every community should be involved. When you get the podcast, please share, share, share. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Like the song says, let me see if I can get that song up. I'm trying to, how long? You see? How long gonna go they suffer? How long? You see? The song is asking you how long. Has he answered me yet? No, he's not going to answer me. No. He's not there. You see, he's not answering me. So, how long gonna go to suffer? Una go they suffer? How long go? How long? How long? When you get the broadcast, please share, share, share. Don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Hit notification button and of course give us a thumbs up. I'll come in as much as I can. I can't spend too long on a broadcast because chronic pain and everything else is hampering me seriously. But I'm just convinced that by taking these steps, we have to participate in our governance. That's where we start, because we'll have to do the same thing if we were to create Yoruba Nation. So we need to start now. So please share, share, and share. Thank you for watching. You've been watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth about our battle. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.